This booth is for people who matter, not pregnant blacks like you. Madison Clark, head waitress at Bissimo, Manhattan's most exclusive Italian restaurant, says it loud enough for half the dining room to hear. Booth 12 goes silent. The woman sitting there, 7 months pregnant, black, elegant in a cream maternity dress, looks up, eyes wide, shocked. Madison grabs the pitcher of ice water from her tray. "Time to wash the ghetto stink off you, honey." She tips it. Cold water crashes down, over Breonna Taylor's face, her hair, her dress. Ice cubes scatter across the table, sliding off her rounded belly, tumbling into her lap. She gasps, instinctively shielding her stomach, every nerve on fire from humiliation. Madison slams the empty pitcher onto the table with a metallic crack. "Crawl back to welfare before I have the cops drag your black ass out in handcuffs." Then, the door crashes open. 10 men in immaculate Italian suits step inside. They move with the weight of danger. Every head in Bissimo turns. Even the music stops. The one in front, stocky, scarred, a face carved by violence, locks eyes with Madison. 4 words leave his mouth, quiet but sharp as a blade, and Madison's face drains white. Her hands tremble, because she's just realized who she humiliated. What happens in the next 5 minutes will be the most satisfying justice you've ever witnessed. But first, rewind. 30 minutes before the ice water, before the 10 men, before Madison destroyed her own life. 7 p.m. Friday night. Bissimo hums with wealth and whispers. Manhattan's elite close deals over $200 steaks. Cameras flash. Laughter echoes. Power smells like truffle butter and red wine. Through the glass doors, Breonna Taylor walks in alone, 7 months pregnant, simple cream dress, no designer logos, just a plain gold wedding band and the kind of quiet dignity money can't fake. Trevor Wilson, the host, smiles politely. "Good evening. Reservation? Taylor, party of 2, 7 o'clock, booth 12. He scrolls through his iPad. There it is. B. Taylor, booth 12, the VIP booth. The one reserved for people who matter. "Of course, Mrs. Taylor. This way." He leads her through the crowd. Heads turn, not because they know her, because she doesn't look like she belongs where the cheapest bottle costs more than rent. Trevor seats her at booth 12, the best seat in the house. From the service station, Madison Clark spots it. 4 years here. She knows every regular, every donor, every politician. And this woman doesn't fit the list. She corners Trevor. "That's the VIP booth. Is she actually on the list?" Trevor shows the screen. "Taylor party of 2, confirmed." Madison eyes Breonna. "Where's her husband?" "Running late. She said to seat her anyway." "I'll believe it when he shows up." Ashley Martinez, another waitress, joins her. They both stare at Breonna like vultures. Ashley whispers, "Is she supposed to be there?" Madison smirks. She says she has a reservation, but look at her, cheap dress, no jewelry, hogging the best booth in the house. Meanwhile, Breonna sits quietly, one hand resting on her belly. Her phone buzzes, Anthony calling. She smiles faintly, silences it, and types, "Take your time. I'm fine." No one here knows who Anthony Taylor is, or what he controls. 3 generations ago, the Taylor family came from Sicily with nothing but ambition. They built an empire. Construction, docks, concrete, the unions. And now Anthony? He's the head. Youngest boss in family history. The most dangerous man in New York. But tonight, his wife looks harmless. Just another expectant mother waiting for dinner. That's exactly why Madison Clark is about to make the worst decision of her life. 10 minutes pass. Breonna still hasn't been served. Every time Madison walks by, she makes sure to ignore her, on purpose. Breonna raises her hand politely. Madison meets her eyes and turns away. Ashley smirks. She'll get the message. But Breonna doesn't leave. She waits, calm, dignified. 15 minutes, no water, no menu, nothing. The couple next to her, Karen Whitmore and her husband, start whispering. Karen glances over, judging, assuming, inventing a story about this lonely, pregnant black woman sitting where she doesn't belong. Brianna finally speaks, her tone soft, steady. "Hi, could I get some water, please? Maybe a caprese salad while I wait?" Madison doesn't write anything down. "Our kitchen's backed up. Maybe you'd be more comfortable somewhere with faster service." The word comfortable drips with venom. "That's okay," Brianna smiles faintly. "I'll wait for my husband." Madison scoffs. "Sure you will." Laughter ripples from the nearby booth. Minutes crawl by. 20 now. Still no water. Madison grabs the pitcher. Ashley eyes her. "You actually gonna give her water?" Madison's smile is cold. "Oh, I'm gonna give her water." She strides across the room, all eyes following. Brianna looks up, hopeful. "Thank you, The words freeze in her throat. The ice water crashes down, screams, gasps. Phones rise. Brianna sits drenched, trembling. From humiliation, not cold. Her voice breaks. "Why would you do that?" The manager, Richard Thornton, appears, late, nervous. "What's going on here?" "She threw water on me," Brianna says softly. "I'm 7 months pregnant." Madison cuts in. "It was an accident. She's making a scene." Richard hesitates, looks from Brianna to Madison. "I'm sure it was unintentional. These things happen." "Comp my meal?" Brianna whispers. "I haven't even been served. I just want an apology." "Apologize for what?" Madison sneers. "For serving her?" Karen leans to her husband. "Maybe she's uncomfortable because she doesn't fit the dress code." Richard nods. "Ma'am, our dress code is business casual." Brianna stares at him. "This is a $1,200 dress." Madison scoffs. "Sure it is." Brianna pulls out her phone. "I have the reservation email." Madison smirks. "Photoshop's easy these days." Laughter from nearby tables. Phones recording. A hedge fund bro mutters, "She's probably live streaming for victim points." No one defends her. Richard's voice hardens. "Ma'am, I think it's best if you leave, or I'll have to call the police." The restaurant freezes. That word, police, lands like a threat. Brianna rises slowly, shaking. "I'm not leaving. My husband will be here any minute." Madison laughs. "There is no husband, you're just another scammer." More whispers, more cameras. No one helps, no one stops it. Not even the woman filming, who calls herself progressive, until she looks away when Brianna meets her eyes. And that's when the front door slams open. "I don't want to get involved," Linda mutters to her date, but her phone keeps recording. The irony? That single clip could save a life or destroy reputations. But cowardice wins again. Brianna's composure finally breaks. Tears run down her cheeks, mixing with the water dripping from her hair, her face, her ruined cream dress. She clutches her belly, whispering through trembling lips. "I'm 7 months pregnant. She threw water on me. Why is no one saying anything? Why are you all just watching?" Silence. The kind that crushes souls. Because the loneliest part of injustice isn't the cruelty itself. It's the silence of witnesses. The complicity of people who know it's wrong but do nothing. That's what Brianna feels now. Not just Madison's cruelty, but the weight of 50 silent accomplices. Richard Thornton's voice slices through the stillness. Cold. Final. "Ma'am, I'm giving you 30 seconds to leave voluntarily. After that, I'm calling the police for trespassing and harassment of my staff." Madison folds her arms, smirking. "Told you, no husband, no reservation, just another scammer looking for a payout." Brianna rises slowly. Water drips from her dress onto the leather seat. Ice cubes hit the floor. She's shaking, not from cold anymore, but from rage and heartbreak. She faces the room. All those cameras, all those eyes, all that silence. "You're all cowards," she says quietly. "Every single one of you." Then she turns to Madison. "And you're cruel." Whatever happens next, you earned it. Madison rolls her eyes. You're delusional, sweetheart. Brianna walks toward the door, hand on her belly, clutching her cracked phone. She's almost out when it buzzes. A text from Anthony. Outside, don't move. She freezes, hand on the door handle, waiting. Madison scoffs from across the room. Oh, now she's pretending her imaginary husband's real? Cute. Laughter ripples. Phones tilt to record. 30 seconds of cruel silence stretch into eternity. Then, the door explodes open. Not pulled, pushed, hard, fast, with purpose. Outside, Manhattan's Friday night hum dies instantly. No horns, no voices, just the sound of polished shoes hitting marble. 10 men enter. Black suits, black shirts, custom-tailored, Italian leather, precision in motion. 2 guard the exit, 2 move toward the kitchen, 6 advance into the dining room. They don't speak, they don't blink. Power radiates from every movement, and leading them, Anthony Taylor, 38, 6'2", broad-shouldered, charcoal suit, no tie, top button undone, a face carved from control, handsome, lethal. A faint scar above his left eyebrow. The kind of man who doesn't inherit respect. He commands it. Madison still doesn't understand, but Richard does, and his face drains white. Madison whispers, "Who are they? Should I?" Before she can finish, Vincent Vinny Duca, thick-necked, scarred cheek, points toward Brianna, his voice low but thunderous. "She's the boss's wife." The room stops breathing. Madison's pitcher slips from her hand, shattering across the floor. The truth detonates in silence. Brianna Taylor, the pregnant woman she humiliated, the woman she called trash, is married to the most dangerous man in New York. Madison staggers back, pale, shaking. "Oh my God!" Ashley retreats toward the wall, hoping to vanish. Phones drop, videos delete. Too late. Anthony hasn't spoken yet. He crosses the room. The crowd parts like the Red Sea. When he reaches Brianna, his anger softens into tenderness. He cups her face. "Amore, are you hurt? Did anyone touch you?" His voice is calm, too calm, the kind that terrifies men like Richard. Brianna shakes her head. "I'm okay. You're here now." Anthony's thumb wipes a tear from her cheek. Then his gaze shifts, scanning the restaurant like a hunter scenting blood. His eyes lock on Madison. She freezes. Anthony removes his jacket, drapes it over Brianna's shoulders, then turns to face the room. Behind him, Vinny taps a tablet. Restaurant security footage glows on the screen. There it is. Madison, the picture, the deliberate pour, undeniable. Vinny's voice cuts through the tension. "We've got every angle, every word, every lie." He turns to Madison. "Name," she stammers. "Madison Clark. I'm the head waitress. This was a misunderstanding." Vinny reads off the screen without looking up. "Madison Clark, age 28, 4 years at Bissimo, lives on West 19th, apartment 3B, parents in Connecticut, sister in Boston, no record." Her mouth opens, no sound. "How do you—" "We know everything," Vinny says. "That's how we stay in business." Anthony still hasn't raised his voice. He simply places a hand on Brianna's shoulder and asks once, quietly, devastatingly, "Who threw water on my wife?" The room stays silent, but every heart knows the answer. That's the problem. Anthony's voice cuts through the silence like thunder wrapped in steel. You saw a black woman, pregnant, alone, and you decided she didn't belong here. Decided she didn't deserve respect. He takes one slow, deliberate step toward Madison. She stumbles back, her heel catching the shattered glass beneath her. The sound is sharp, like a confession breaking in half. "She didn't tell you who she was," Anthony continues. "Didn't drop my name. Didn't flash credentials. Know why?" He pauses, his voice lowering into something dangerous and quiet. "Because she shouldn't have to." Every eye in the restaurant is on him now. Even the waiters who once laughed stand frozen. Every person who walks through that door deserves respect, he says, not because of who they're married to, not because of money, because they're human. Another step forward. Madison can't look away. But you didn't see a human, did you, Madison? You saw someone you thought you could humiliate without consequence. He's standing directly in front of her now, close enough for her to see the rage behind his calm. My name, he says slowly, is Anthony Taylor, and the woman you humiliated is my wife, Breonna Taylor. The name detonates across the room. Gasps. A fork drops. Someone whispers it. The Taylors? And a ripple of understanding sweeps the floor. The Taylor family. Construction, unions, docks, real estate. 3 generations of respect, legacy, and quiet power. And beneath it all, things people don't talk about. Things that make men think twice before crossing them. Anthony Taylor isn't just rich. He's connected, protected, untouchable. And Madison Clark threw water on his pregnant wife. The reckoning begins. Madison's legs give way. She's trembling, eyes wide with horror. Around her, the shattered pieces of the pitcher scatter like her entire life has fallen apart on the marble floor. "Mr. Taylor, please," she whispers, her voice cracking. "I didn't know. I swear I didn't know who she was. If I'd known—" Anthony's hand rises, and the room goes still. "That's the problem," he says. "You didn't know, and you treated her like trash because of it." "I made a mistake." "Oh, no." His tone turns to ice. "You made a choice. Every word you said, every action you took. Those were choices." Madison collapses to her knees, sobbing, her hands trembling. "I'll lose everything. My apartment, my job, please." But before Anthony can answer, a soft voice breaks through the storm. "Anthony." It's Breonna. Her voice is calm now, almost fragile, but it slices through the chaos like light through smoke. Anthony turns. She's still in booth 12, wrapped in his suit jacket, her hands resting on her belly. Her tears have dried, but her eyes, those eyes hold something deeper than anger, something he hasn't seen all night. "Anthony, wait," she says quietly. He kneels beside her, the fury softening for a moment. "Amore," he says, voice low. "You don't have to do this. You don't owe them anything." "I know," she replies, "but I want to." Her gaze shifts to Madison, who's still on her knees, mascara streaked, shaking. "Madison," Breonna says, "stand up." The girl hesitates, then slowly rises, unable to meet Breonna's eyes. "Look at me," Breonna says firmly. Madison forces herself to look up. "Why did you do it?" Breonna asks. "Really, I want the truth." Madison swallows hard. I don't know. You looked so confident, so comfortable, like you belonged there more than I ever have. And I've worked here for 4 years and still doesn't feel like I belong anywhere. Breonna nods slowly. "So you made sure I didn't belong either." Madison's voice breaks. "Yes, and I'm so sorry." "That doesn't make it okay," Breonna says softly. "Nothing makes it okay. But, yes." A long silence. The restaurant holds its breath. Then Breonna turns to her husband. "I don't want her destroyed," she says clearly. "I want her educated." Anthony's jaw tightens. He knows that tone. It is the voice that once convinced him to walk away from revenge before. "Breonna," he says, shaking his head. "You don't have to." "I know," she cuts in, squeezing his hand. "But destroying her won't heal what happened tonight. It'll just create more pain." She looks back at Madison. "You're fired. That's not negotiable. You assaulted me. There are consequences." Madison nods through tears. "I understand. But," Breonna continues, "my husband and I will pay for you to take a 6-month course. Diversity training, conflict resolution, implicit bias, all of it. Madison blinks in disbelief. What? Why would you do that? Because I don't want you to just lose your job and learn nothing, Brianna says. I want you to understand why what you did was wrong. I want you to be better. Anthony rises, conflicted but silent. He finally says, if you complete the program, full attendance, proof, passing grades, I'll write you a letter of recommendation, not for fine dining, but for somewhere you can start over. Madison can barely whisper. I don't deserve this. You don't, Anthony says coldly. But my wife believes in second chances, so do it for her, not for you. He turns to Richard. Same offer. Take the training. Prove you've learned something. Maybe someday you'll manage again, but not here, and not for a very long time. Richard nods. Yes, thank you. I will. From the bar, Vinny speaks up, voice like gravel. And if either of you fails, or we ever hear about you doing this again, he doesn't finish. He doesn't have to. Anthony turns to the diners. And the rest of you, he says, his voice filling the room. You sat here and watched my pregnant wife get humiliated. You filmed it. You laughed. You whispered. Not one of you spoke up. A woman in pearls looks down at her phone, shame burning her face. You, Anthony says, pointing at her. You recorded it. You had proof. But you weren't going to share it unless it went viral, were you? You didn't want to get involved, Anthony finishes. That's what people always say. But your silence was involvement. Every person in this room made a choice tonight. To watch, to film, to stay quiet. His eyes find Preston Cole, who earlier called Brianna a liar. You, Anthony says, stepping closer. You accused my wife of faking this. You want to repeat that now? Preston's face drains of color. No, I was wrong. I'm sorry. You're not sorry you said it, Anthony replies. You're sorry I heard it. There's a difference. He looks around again. Your meals tonight are comped, all of them, but that's not a gift. That's a reminder. Every time you think about the free dinner you got, remember why you got it. Silence. Guilt hangs heavy in the air. Then, from the back, an older black man speaks quietly. You're right. I should have said something. I'm sorry. Anthony meets his eyes. You're free to go. Your meal's on me. Because he understands the risk that man took just existing in that room. The choice between safety and standing up. He's made that choice too many times himself. Anthony turns, helping Brianna to her feet, his arm firm around her waist. We're leaving, he says to Vinny. Make sure Tony follows through on the donation and the training. Send someone to audit. Already on it, boss, Vinny replies. As Anthony and Brianna walk toward the door, 10 men in dark suits close around them like silent armor. Behind them, Madison calls out, voice trembling. Mrs. Taylor, thank you. I'll finish the program, I swear. Brianna pauses, turns slightly. I hope you do, Madison. Not for me. For the next person who just wants to be treated like a human being. The doors close behind them. The restaurant, Manhattan's most exclusive, falls into complete, echoing silence. 3 months later, Madison Clark sits in a classroom at the Manhattan Community Center. Same hour she once began her shifts, but now she's a student. The training is brutal, real, honest. Week after week, she faces herself, her ignorance, her excuses, her fear. She watches testimonies, cries through them, lives through role plays where cold water is poured on her head so she can feel what Brianna felt. Week 8, she writes a 10-page essay dissecting her own bias, the kind that hides behind jokes and tone and silence. By week 11, she's volunteering at community centers, helping the very people she once dismissed. And every morning, before leaving her apartment, she looks at the photo on her fridge, a still frame of the worst moment of her life, a reminder of who she refuses to be again. Pinned beside it, is a letter from Breonna Taylor, handwritten, forgiving, hopeful. Be better, it ends. Not for me, for the world that still needs people who choose kindness. Madison reads it every day, and every day she tries. Across town, Richard Thornton sits in the same program, same Wednesday night, same reckoning. He writes his essay, "The Night I Chose Silence Over Justice," and for the first time, he doesn't hide. His essay goes public. 500,000 people read it. The comments are brutal, but somewhere in between, a few voices say, "I've done that too, I can do better." And maybe that's how change begins. Richard Thornton turned his shame into action. He didn't just apologize, he rebuilt his purpose. He started a consulting firm dedicated to teaching bystander intervention, specifically for restaurant managers and hospitality workers. No flashy name, no fancy office, just a mission born from guilt, truth, and a need to make it right. His first client? Tony Castellano at Bissimo, required by Anthony Taylor himself. His second? A hotel chain in New Jersey recently caught in their own discrimination scandal. He's not making much money yet. He lost most of his savings when he lost his job. Had to downsize his apartment. His kids switched from private school to public. His wife started working nights. But for the first time in years, he feels worthy. He's not rebuilding wealth. He's rebuilding worth. And sometimes that's harder. Meanwhile, across the city, a soft morning light spills through the hospital window. Breonna Taylor sits in a white gown, glowing, exhausted, radiant. In her arms, a newborn baby boy. Dante Michael Taylor, 8 pounds, 4 ounces. Born 3 weeks ago. Healthy. Perfect. Anthony Taylor sits beside her, one arm around his wife, the other finger gripped tightly by his son's tiny hand. "He's beautiful," Anthony whispers. "He really is." Breonna smiles, eyes glistening. A knock at the door. A nurse enters, holding a small envelope. "Mrs. Taylor, this just arrived for you." The handwriting is familiar, shaky, careful, sincere. Madison Clark. Breonna opens it quietly, reads every word, then smiles, soft, deep, proud. "What is it?" Anthony asks. "She finished," Breonna says. "Madison completed the program, graduated top of her class. She's working at a community center in Brooklyn now, helping families find homes." Anthony nods, voice low. "Good." Breonna looks down at Dante, sleeping peacefully. "You know what I want him to learn?" she whispers. "Not that the world is fair, because it isn't, but that when it's unfair, some people fight to make it better, and some people become better themselves." Anthony kisses her forehead. He's got the best teacher. The camera pulls back. Sunlight, silence, peace. And then, that fate tale's voice returns. Have you ever watched injustice unfold and done nothing? Madison Clark made a choice that night to humiliate, to demean, to abuse her power. Richard Thornton made a choice to threaten, to silence, to protect his comfort over courage. And 50 people in that restaurant made a choice to watch, to film, to stay silent. But here's the thing about choices. You always get to make new ones. Madison chose to learn, to change, to become better. Richard chose accountability, to teach others, to never be a coward again. And Breonna Taylor, she chose grace. She chose redemption over revenge. Because that's what justice really is, not punishment. Transformation. 1 in 3 Americans witnesses discrimination in public spaces every year. Only 6% speak up. Be the 6%. The next time you see someone being dismissed, diminished, or disrespected, don't scroll. Don't laugh. Don't stay quiet. Stand up. One voice can break the silence. One action can flip the script. Because respect isn't T about who you are, it's S about who you choose to be. When you see someone who needs it, be that person. If this story moved you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Drop a comment. Tell us a time you spoke up, or wish you had. And subscribe to Fate Tales, because every week we bring you stories where justice wins and silence loses. Remember Breonna Taylor. Remember Madison Clark. Remember that night at Bissimo. And the next time you see injustice, remember one simple truth. You always have a choice. Make the right one.